back to another All Heart video. Since we've been on the topic of Montessori furniture this week, I thought this would be the perfect time to show you how to actually build a Montessori desk for your playroom. Now, I know that Montessori furniture can be incredibly expensive, so if you are on a budget, or if you're just looking to create a custom sized desk, especially if you don't have the size or the space for a large table in your room. That is exactly the problem that I was faced with in our playroom, was that I was looking for a particular size desk, and as far and wide as I looked, I was not able to find a desk that fit those specifications as far as size is concerned. So creating a desk was really my best option, not only to kind of fit those specifications that I needed, but also budget-wise. I know that, like I mentioned, Montessori furniture can get very, very expensive. And so it's very nice to be able to kind of shop around. But when those options don't fit our needs, we kind of have to think outside of the box and see what else we can do. So that is exactly what I had to do. And I was able to create this desk that you see back here. Now I'll go ahead and give you a close-up. I am having to build another one of these desks in order to host a lot of our loose parts, since we got a lot more loose parts during Christmas. So I needed a space to kind of host those in our playroom. So again, I walked into Home Depot, asked them for the particular measurements that I needed. Since this type of particle board is a bit thick, the tools that I had were not going to be able to cut it. So I asked the nice people at Home Depot to help me out. They were able to cut the measurements that I needed. And then I was able to pick up the tools that I needed in order to finish building this desk. This desk is super easy to build. You can pick up all of the materials at Home Depot. You're not going to have to be going from shop to shop. And it is the perfect size for your child. So if you guys are ready, let me go ahead and show you how to build this desk. So depending on your needs, you can go ahead and customize the size of this desk all you want. So the legs that I have here are 18 inches, but they do have these types of legs in other sizes. I believe the shortest one is perhaps maybe 12, 16, 18, and then 20. And then, like I said, the wood that I use is the same type of wood that you will find in a lot of the IKEA furniture. So I just had them cut that to size. Now, depending on where you're going to place your desk, you may need 4 of these legs, and that is exactly what I'm going to need for this new desk that I'm going to build. But because I just used this desk to rest it up against the wall, I only needed 2 legs. And what I used in the back were just these L brackets. So I go ahead and measured out and made sure that the screws were on a stud, and that is nice and secure. So I just used 2 of those, and then I just needed 2 legs. So that even cut the cost even more so. So like I said, for this space, it was really tough for me to find a desk that would fit within this space, because I didn't want a desk that would interfere with using our magnetic and blackboard. So I'm going to be building another one of these, but I will be using 4 legs. So with that, let's go ahead and get to work. Okay, so besides the wood board, these are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need 4 half-inch flanges. You can go thicker, but then if you do, just make sure that the metal pipings are also the same size. So this is a 1/2 inch. This is also a 1/2 inch. And then you're going to need your 4 metal pipings. Now you can use whatever you want for legs. There's a lot of different available options on Amazon. I like using the metal pipings just because that fits my aesthetic. And so that's what I decided to go with. And like I said, they do have them in a lot of different sizes. So I chose the 18-inch metal pipings. So they always come with these little caps at the end. I end up removing them from one side, and that's the side that's going to fit into the flanges, and then I'll leave the bottom side so that it doesn't scuff up our wood floors. So I'll remove one side and I'll keep one side on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put these together and then spray paint them because I want them to be black so that they look just like the other ones. Okay, so as you can see, I left the 4 caps on the edge, and those are the ones that are going to be on the floor. So once these are connected to the table, then you can see they're kind of like little stoppers. That way they don't scuff up the floor. So all 4 of them are built. I just set them inside of the flanges so that it's easier for me to spray paint these. So let me go ahead and finish spray painting them, and then once they're dry, we can move on to the next step. Okay, so you just basically want to work your way around slowly. Make sure that you have a nice even coat. You never want to just kind of spray too much at once because then you're going to have those drips that are going to run all the way down. So just nice even coats. Even if you don't cover the entire thing the first time, just wait for it to dry and then give it a nice second coat. So all I'm going to do now is just wait for these to dry, and then we are going to go ahead and screw them onto our table. So this is the last thing that you are going to need, and that is just to cover up the edges. So when you purchase the particle board at Home Depot, it's going to come raw. So all of the edges are going to be visible. So just like this first picture here, let me show you. It's going to come looking like that. So what you want to do is get some of this, and this is very, very easy to use, and I'll show you how to use it in just a minute. And all you really have to do is iron it on. But this will complete that nice finished clean look that you're looking for. And like I said, this is the same type of material that you're going to find in a lot of the IKEA furniture, and it's obviously going to be a lot less because you're making it yourself, and it'll be even better suited for your space, especially if you can't find one that's the right size for you. So I'll show you how to use this in just a minute. So when you take this out of the packaging, you're going to see that one side is nice and smooth, and that'll be the side that you want displaying on your desk. And then on the bottom side, it looks just like this, and that is basically the glue or the adhesive that is going to bond with the material of your desk. So if we come over here, you can see that this is the material that we wanted to adhere to. So basically, you're going to be putting this right on top like this. And I put a cloth on top of this before I ironed it, just so that you don't have the iron directly on this. And then you can go ahead and iron it on, and it will be 100% secure. And then, you know, if in the future it does get peeled or, you know, with material like this, it's not always the most durable, but you can always replace it to make it look nice and fresh in the future. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to lay this down on top of the particle board, again with the adhesive side down, because that is what is going to adhere to the particle board itself. So I'm just making sure that everything is nice and aligned. And then I'm going to put just a simple rag on top. That way the iron isn't directly on top of the little side strip. And then I'm gonna go ahead and iron it on. And that's it, guys. So I was able to go all the way around the edge. So as you can see here, now the side is completely covered, and it looks a lot more finished than it did at the very beginning. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is measure out how far I want the legs to be from the edge of the table, and then I will go ahead and drill these in. Make sure that you use a drill bit first to kind of make the holes first, and then go in with your screw. And for this size board, I'm just using 3/4 inch screws. So I've gone ahead and pre-drilled where the flanges are going to go, and now I'm just going to go ahead and drill them in. This is it, you guys. It was such an easy DIY. I really hope that you guys have a chance to try it out in your space. This is just the perfect, simple, small table. It's got clean lines, and it is, more importantly, the perfect height for my toddler. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and remember to ring that notification bell so that you are notified of when I next post a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.